It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features Josh Jacobs.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it.
Two teams each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Stroud to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. As Stroud now to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Down to the 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Bryan Edwards. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Corral takes a shotgun snap. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow the touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Raiders defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL. Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Corral. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Stroud. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 23 carries, 116 yards. Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week. Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball. No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. You look at this Raiders defense. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL. You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're open to do it consistently here. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Stroud looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas 1st. Now Stroud. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Stroud. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Carl Lawson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Buffalo's set to get the football back here. Not only are they in search of their 1st score, they're in search of their 1st down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On the give, here's McBride. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Valdez-Scantling in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. $17-0 our score after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Corral now to throw. That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Danico Autry showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Corral looking to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
Well, I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. Throwing now is Stroud. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that one complete once again to Higgins. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Stroud out of the gun here. It's caught. Smith. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Here's Jacobs. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Second and goal from the 1. Jacobs again. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On second down, here's McBride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. Pierce now up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Switching it up. Corral going to throw here. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Pierce. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They go again with Pierce. He can't get him down. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Pierce. Will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. For Kidder here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. He finds his man. Complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Back to throw again. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here goes Stroud again. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they have a 1st down and well into field goal range also at the 16 now.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Another carry for Pierce. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Pierce has it knocked loose.
And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnover.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On third down, Corral. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Corral.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
A run here with McBride.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing here, Corral.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Koo knocks this one through the post,
and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's McBride.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Corral looking to throw it. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a...
And shutting him off now open field. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Stroud working out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the bootleg, Stroud.
And quick. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. The throwing again is Stroud.
And his throw is incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 24.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills ready to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And now a run with McBride.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Bills.
First down. Here's Corral with it.
That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45.
Corral here working from the gun. Completes this to Elijah Higgins.
7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7 and the Bills first down.
Throwing here, Corral.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's McBride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and a yard.
39-yard
Corral. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd and 1, Corral. They'll set up the screen to McBride.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Corral looking to throw.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Off play action. Here's Corral.
And that is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but
but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders 1st down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Stroud on 3rd down now. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Corral. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. On 3rd down, here's Corral. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Bills.
Corral with it. 1st down here. Able to get this one to McBride. Shifts by him. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5.
At the Raiders' 46-yard line.
Corral now to throw. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox, and he is going to have a Bills 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Corral with it on 1st down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Corral's throw taken in by Diggs. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Las Vegas, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.